So we'll start with Best Actor in a Leading Role. Adrien Brody won. People said the speech was too long. I didn't get to
So
watch
is the movie.
I like the movie.
Okay, here's my thing. Here's what I was going to say about it. And
Best Actor?
I like
Or the
him. I
Oscars
don't,
in general.
about the Brutalist.
Okay.
And I watched somebody else who did watch it and gave a review, and I trust this person's opinion, even though I didn't watch it. 3.5 hours is too freaking long. It's too long. Look, if you're talking about the history of the world part 1, 3.5 hours is maybe too short.
That's a comedy.
I know it is, but I'm telling you, if there was an actual serious movie about the history of the world part 1, 3.5 hours is about right. So what this person was saying, and I would have to agree with, is you have to edit that down. Okay? This is about an architect. And about
Toth.
Yeah, I don't know what you said. An architect
Toth.
with a weird, stupid type of architecture. I saw examples of it. It looks like East Germany, okay? Overly utilitarian. It's all concrete.
They commandeered that style. They didn't create it.
Who? Germany?
Whatever they called it. We called them.
East Germany? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was horrible. It was the ugliest stuff on the planet.
It's utilitarian.
Yeah, that's not... I mean, I could do that.
Okay, but you didn't see the library that Laszlo Toth made.
Nobody cares. No one cares. You have
You would
to
love
worry
the library.
about... Right, a 3.5 hour movie about it?
But it's not just about the library.
Look, nobody knew this guy's name.
First
before
and
this
foremost,
movie.
the guy, he's like, we got to cover the books. So you know what Laszlo Toth does? The doors
No one cares.
they open so that it's always shaded. Because then you ruin your books if you have them in the sun all day.
So what?
Well,
It's clever.
you don't have to worry about leaving the doors open.
All right. My only comment about it is it's too long. It's
Did you see Oppenheimer? We're going to get to
But
that
that's
eventually.
worthwhile.
Did you watch it?
No.
That's a you problem, dude.
No. Well, I know enough
You know,
about
not
it.
everyone, even if
How long was Oppenheimer?
3 hours.
Okay, that was less than some stupid movie about an architect
It felt
who had a
very
hideous
similar.
style. Okay, but that changed the world. He changed the world with the atomic age, my friend. That's worth 3 hours.
Look, and you have a valid point. If I have to rate which one's better, Oppenheimer or The Brutalist, I go Oppenheimer. I really liked the movie. Okay, and I'm not gonna shit on that movie. Not now, not ever.
But a lot of people liked Oppenheimer. Not a lot of people care or like The Brutalist.
And that's fine.
I think I made $10 million.
It's not that type of movie though. And if that, truth
a
be told,
loser?
if it was a 2-hour movie, I still don't think you watch it. I think 90% of people who haven't watched it still don't watch it. The other 10%'s up in the air.
Maybe.
You
Okay.
have to concede that point.
Yeah, sure, but okay, look, if
Now,
I'm
would you be
I'm
more
a fence
likely
sitter,
to-
I'm a fence sitter. I go to watch this incredibly long movie. I think it's got an intermission. It's so freaking long. I think it does. Okay,
It does.
I'm angry. That detracts from my enjoyment of the movie that it's too long. I mean, your legs fall asleep when you're watching a movie that long. It's you got to be smarter than that. This guy said, and he quoted a famous director who said, "Look, you cut to the point where you're starting to cut good scenes. You edit and cut a movie. You get the crap out. There's crap in that.
Filler.
That's like a director's cut.
Filler.
Yes, I mean, look, you gotta be almost merciless in
the editing
cutting
bay.
it down.
In the edit,
Yeah.
the biz, they call it the editing bay.
I mean, get it under 3 hours, man. I could go 2:45, but 3.5.
All right, so you have validity to your point. I would never say you're outright wrong at that because you're right. Yeah, every scene has to be, am I keeping you here? As someone who has watched it, I will say the movie does not, like, you get through like 75% of the movie before you're like, okay, it's starting to get... Not like I want it to end, but you're like, okay, I'm starting to actually feel the time. Okay? Which is...
I can feel myself dying slowly.
That is a compliment because, 75% of 3.5 hours? Do the math.
Oh, man.
We'll wait.
3 hours.
So it's like...
Praying for death.
It has you compelled because there's characters, and also in terms of, you thought while I was trying to explain, like I don't know, like you felt like when I was explaining the meaning of the movie to you last time when I was talking Brutalist, as though it was like saying you guys should care about the journey. It's like the theme is discussing that it doesn't matter, that there's a story behind every final product that we don't know about, and that like consumers get to define your piece to others.
Yeah, okay.
It's like you lose a voice kind of once.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought
to
explore.
I mean, you make things for others
to
consume them.
But it's an interest. That's what I'm not saying that is bad societally. It's an interesting thought to put to an analogy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it. It just, look, it's not the Sistine Chapel. Okay?
But the movie could have been... The movie applies to the Sistine Chapel. Excuse me. It's not the Sistine Chapel.
Okay, we're not going to compare this guy to Michelangelo.
It still applies to the Sistine Chapel,
I get it. All right.
So, you and I don't know what was trying to be communicated through that painting.
Well, I mean... kind of do. You mean the Sistine Chapel?
You don't know exactly what you think you do.
Okay. All right. I'll concede that. I mean, I think
with any painting, what's the Mona Lisa mean? You have
okay, that one is somewhat mysterious, but the Sistine Chapel is like, I don't know what the actual theme is, but it's about heaven,
heaven and earth. And hell, and Adam and Eve.
Well, I don't know if that's all up there. I don't know if hell's there.
I think so. There's a lot of
maybe
stuff.
Whatever, but it's about the whole.
There's a lot that could be.
Caboodle.
You know how much detail is in there, and he was painting that over the period of 16 years. He developed like chronic neck pain that I think ended his career as the Renaissance man.
Okay. No. Okay. 3.5 on Michelangelo.
Almost no one knows that.
Well, some people do. I know they built special scaffolding so he didn't have to be constantly looking up like that. But that's different. That's like the Sistine Chapel. I mean, granted, it's a physical. I mean, it's not a painting. It's enormous. That's worth $1 billion. They probably can't even put a price on it.
Yeah, there's no price.
And that's the most valuable artwork probably on Earth.
Would that have been a good? Yeah. Would have worked.
Okay, but
very
the Brutalist,
well with that.
I understand the concept.
Dude, I get it. I think we met at a good, not concession. What's the word where both sides make?
Oh crap!
Compromise.
I said it.
If it was,
I did say it first.
You did. I'll give you. If we were on the Wheel of Fortune, you would have won this round.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works, but it's not how it works.
But
I can still hear you when you.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, but nobody else did.
The people who did, people actually watched. Let's look on Letterboxd. Let's see what the average rating is of the Brutalist. Let's do it. Everybody with me.
But nobody cared. Look, it may have been a wonderful movie. 3 people saw it. Nobody cares. It's a blip in American culture.
562,000, 4.0 average.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Next, moving on.
And you actually shortchanged it 5 minutes. No, we're talking about Best Actor. That's what started this.
Okay, well, he was
so
probably
Adrien
good
Brody. Can I be honest with you?
You know?
I actually thought Guy Pearce was the best actor of that movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, he wasn't
not
the lead actor, though.
I know, but I'm just saying that. Well, how?
Well, that's best supporting actor.
And he didn't win that. I'm just
Okay.
saying, how are you not the best actor in your own movie and win best actor? I have nothing against Adrien Brody. If you want someone to play a Jew in your movie, he's the go-to guy.
God.
He's the go-to guy. He won an Oscar for the
You'd make
Pianist.
Hitler blush.
He won an Oscar for The Brutalist. And I love Jews, and I love Adrien Brody. I'm just saying he wasn't the best performance in that film.
That doesn't matter. He was a lead. They had different characters. They're in different categories.
I understand. Well, Ralph Fiennes was... I would give it to Ralph Fiennes.
In the Conclave.
Yeah, and then if you want to go Chalamet... I
No.
know you're not a fan of him.
I don't dislike him. It's just
Well, say his name correctly then.
I don't know how to say it.
Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet. He didn't deserve Best Actor. No way.
Well, he didn't-
not when
he
you
didn't
go.
win it.
Well, I know, but not against Brody. And if Brody doesn't, if
You
someone
look at
says
the
it wasn't good
performance,
enough,
not the actor.
I understand that. I'm just saying.
Although I think I would have done a really good Bob Dylan, personally.
No.
Hey man, it's all about the road and the band and the
Oh my
guitar.
I got to live with this.
We're singing on a Rolling Stone.
But
man,
who was it? Fiennes? We're talking about Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes, yeah.
I mean, if Brody doesn't,
And I can't.
he probably won it by a hair. Because if he does it,
Yeah.
Ralph Fiennes does. Because Conclave, although he didn't see it, and supposedly a good movie, so you know Ralph Fiennes killed it.
He
He's
did
a great
really
actor.
well. He did really well.
Okay, so for best actor, best. So we got that point done.